For 40 years, the Seattle Supersonics were a big part of this community. Kevin Calabro, one of the great voices of that franchise. And tonight, it was a homecoming. Here's Michael Cage, Dale Ellis. Tom Chambers is back. So is Detlef Schrempf. Hersey Hawkins. Slick Watts. Jack Sigma. Great low post moves. Downtown Freddie Brown. The Rain Man, Sean Kemp. Gus Williams from the championship years. Mr. Sonic, Nate McMillan. George Carl, great coach here, and the Hall of Famer, Lenny Wilkins, all on hand here. And GP, the glove, Gary Payton. It's Sonics celebration night here at Mariner Baseball at Safeco Field on a glorious Friday night. Glad you could join us, everybody, as the Mariners return home. They ended the 17-game losing streak with a win in New York. And everybody's breathing and smiling. Good to be back.
It is good to be back. Good to be back with a win under our belt.
Oh, my goodness gracious. And some moves today made by the Mariner Ball Club. And it has to do, personnel-wise, has to do with a couple of guys that you're familiar with. Let's take a look. Ryan Langerhans traded to the Diamondbacks for cash considerations. Jack Cust designated for assignment. And Eric Bedard was activated today, and he'll be on the mound here this evening. And it's good to have Bedard back. Hasn't pitched since late June, coming off a knee ailment. What do you expect from him tonight?
Well, I think the main thing is he's been able to get his bullpen work in. He was able to throw a couple of simulated games. I think his arm strength will be fine. It's just a matter of whether his knee can hold up, and we'll find out shortly.
So Eric Bedard gets a chance to start here tonight as we get close to the trading deadline. All kinds of things going on here, and we have a fabulous night. Now, one of the things that we have to deal with tonight, and it's a tremendous loss here to the Seattle community. The Peanut Man Rick Kaminsky died of an aneurysm recently, and we pay tribute to him. He was a special person here at Safeco Field and in Seattle. His accuracy, well. Welcome to Mariner Baseball, everybody. Dave Sims and Mike Flowers with you in the Root Sports crew. We are ready for action. Desmond Jennings leading off against Eric Bedard. And Bedard's first pitch since June 24th, down low for ball one. Angel Campos behind home plate. Doug Eddings at first. Dana Demuth at second, and Kerwin Dantley at third, the umpires. Good to have Bedard back. Desmond Jennings, a guy they anticipate moving to center field, a bright young prospect out of their system. They plan they could possibly move him to center field if they move B.J. Upton. And Upton's been the talk of trade conversations, but nothing has happened as of yet. Nicely done by Figgins on the scramble, throws out Jennings, one out. That's a hot smash.
You have to respect the speed of Jennings, so Sean had to play in even with the bag, and that ball was just a rocket hit down at him. Gets into a 2-0 count, and Jennings turns it loose. Good looking prospect for the Rays. One hop pick by Sean, plenty of time after he catches it. It was hit so hard.
There's Johnny Damon. Rays coming off losing 3 of 4 at Oakland. And Johnny, who played for some time in Oakland, said he just does not see the ball down there well. He said he did chip in with about a hit a game over the series, but does not enjoy playing in that yard.
Well, he's still going strong. 274 coming into the game, 9 home runs, 4 triples for him. He's stolen 8 bases.
I like the stat I saw. He's a double away from getting his 570th double, which would break a tie in that category all time, put him in the 47th place ahead of Babe Ruth. That's not bad.
That's not bad. That is not bad at all.
Sam, you can pass G.H. Ruth. It's getting some work done over the course of your career. Ball and 2 strikes to Johnny. Johnny and B.J. Upton and a few of the guys are saying that they're hitting the ball, but right at people of late. They're 5 and 14 in the month of July.
Well, that was definitely the case with the leadoff hitter, Desmond Jennings. I don't think he can hit a ball much harder than that.
There's Johnny. I said, so, how's your pitching going? And took a contemplative pause and sighed, and I said, okay, not as good as it usually is. He says, yeah. Good to have Bedard back. Rough early going, and then really turned it around. What do you go, about 8-9 games without a loss? The team without losing any of his starts. He was involved in some no decisions, but the team came back and won those games. Lost his last 2 starts as he strikes out Johnny Damon on a 3-2 pitch. Take a look at the rest of the Tampa Bay batting order for tonight.
Following Damon, it'll be Evan Longoria. Tough year for him so far, just hitting .236 on the year. Then Zobrist, Upton, former Mariner Casey Kochman hitting .324. Shopik, Joyce, and Sean Rodriguez hits 9th. Overall numbers for Eric Bedard, even 3.00 ERA. 90 innings pitched for him, 85 strikeouts. He has given up 11 home runs, as Dave mentioned. Those were early in the season. Opponent's average is .222.
There's pitch to Longoria is in there for strike. Sonic Celebration Night. We'll have some of the guys up here. Gary Payton, Nate McMillan, Lenny Wilkins, George Carlin, Spencer Haywood. All be visiting in a booth tonight. Bedard looking for his first win since June 15th. Beat the Angels here 3-1. He went 7 in that game. Since then, he lost the heartbreaker at Washington and lost to Atlanta. Bounces one up.
Well, his velocity at 91 miles an hour. It's topping out at his fastball so far. Breaking ball 78. And for Eric, early in the season, he was throwing a lot of pitches to get through 5 or 6 innings, and then he was on a really, really good run of pitching deep into ball games. So we'll have to wait and see where he's at.
Breaking ball misses Eric Wedge. Mariners skipper said he hopes they get Bedard deep enough to get him a win. 3-1 to Longoria. And he's aboard with a walk.
Take a look at the defense playing behind Eric Bedard this evening. In the outfield, Mike Carpin left. Goodyear is in center. Ichiro is out in right. Sean Figgins already with a nice play at third. Ryan and Ackley up the middle. Adam Kennedy will get the start at first base, and Miguel Olivo will do the catching tonight. Eric in his last start, June 27th, pitched well. 7 innings pitched, 3 runs. They're earned, but only 4 hits in that game.
Well, it was nice walking through the clubhouse. Mariners coming off a win. Beat the Yankees the other day 9-2 behind Felix Hernandez. Palpable relief. Felix sitting back, just playing some games on his phone. He was very relaxed. Nice big smile on his face. Did the job that a stopper's supposed to do. Stop losing streaks, and that was the mother of all Seattle losing streaks, 17 in a row.
It was, and I think if you look at the score, you figure the Mariners won it handily, but Felix had to protect a 1-run lead through 6 innings. It was a 2-1 ball game, and then eventually the Mariners offense took off and they scored a bunch of runs, which helped him out.
Catch a break when Granderson couldn't catch that deep fly to center off the bat of Mike Carp, but the bases loaded. 2-0 pitch. In there for a strike. Ben Zobrist. 2-1 to Ben. Leads the American League in extra base hits and in road batting average. .329. So another 3-ball count for Bedard. It's 3 in a row. Glorious day here in Seattle. Of all the great metropolitan areas in the country, this is easily the best weather day around. Line drive, base hit to left. Longoria will hold as Carp gets it back in. So 2 on, 2 outs.
And as Dave mentioned, another hitter's count. Take a look at this pitch. It's a fastball. Inner half of the plate. Jams in, but he fights it off, and it's a line drive into left field for a base hit. And Eric is going to have to figure out how to work ahead of some hitters. I'm sure Carl Willis, the pitching coach, does not want to see him have too many innings where he's throwing 20-25 pitches.
Second time the Mariners are looking at Tampa Bay. Mariners took 3 out of 4 from these Rays. Open up the month of June. And that was right here in Seattle. Strike 1 to B.J. Upton. So second trip for Tampa Bay here to Seattle, and the Mariners will be in Tampa Bay. That will be late in the year, in September. Make that mid-August, beg your pardon. I'm thinking Minnesota. We go there in about 3-4 weeks. Having trouble with that breaking ball, Mike.
Yeah, as he's throwing them. They're short of the plate in the dirt. Olivo having to block those pitches. A couple of them he missed. They're at the bottom of the strike zone or just underneath it. Angel Campos, the home plate umpire, isn't giving him the low strike yet. So Eric's going to have to figure out how to elevate that pitch.
Mariners go to Tampa Bay 19, 20, and 21 of August. Trying to work inside, missed again. 2-1.
And there you go. 22 pitches, just 8 strikes, 14 balls so far for Eric. I don't think anybody's surprised by that. You're hoping for better, but you're going to have to wait a couple of innings to see where he's at. Maybe a month off. He's not going to be real sharp. At least I wouldn't expect him to be, and so far he hasn't been.
2-1. Breaking ball, no. 3-1 count. 4 straight 3-ball counts.
Well, he's just not getting anything on the edges or anything at the bottom of the strike zone. Angel Campos again making him throw the ball over the plate and having him elevate it, and that's not good news for any pitcher.
Upton's got some pop too with 16 homers, 54 runs batted in. 3-1. Bouncing ball. Figgins throws across, and that'll do it. Retires Upton and the Rays in the first. A lot of pitches thrown by Bedard. He gets out unscathed. Gives up 1 hit, leaves 2. Rays nothing on the board, and the Mariners coming to bat. Great night here at Safeco Field to honor the Seattle Supersonics. Still very much in the hearts of sports fans here in the great Pacific Northwest here in Seattle. Great to see the colors again, too. And hopefully they'll be part of the NBA, as Lenny Wilkins talked about, in the very near future. Here's a look at the Mariner batting order.
Ichiro leading things off, and is Brendan Ryan. He has 11-game hitting streak. Dustin Ackley's average back over 300. Again, Olivo leading the club in home runs. Mike Karp, great road trip for him. His average up to 294 now. In the smoke, Kennedy, Gutierrez, and Figgins hits 9th. Numbers for Neiman, 3.86 ERA for him. Just 16 walks, 47 strikeouts. He has given up 7 home runs this year. Opponents average 264. In the defense behind him, Jennings, Upton, and Joyce in the outfield. On the infield, Longoria at third, Rodriguez and Zobrist up the middle. Casey Kochman will be at first base. Kelly Shopik will do the catching tonight.
6'9" Jeff Neiman. Ichiro bounces one to the second baseman. Zobrist, quick first out. Ichiro is coming off a fine day. Wednesday in New York, he went 4 for 5, 2 runs scored, and had a stolen base.
6'9", but Neiman not a hard thrower. His fastball will be between 88 and 90 miles an hour. Likes to work the edges, sink the ball if he can. Throws all the breaking balls, curveball, slider, and a changeup. I mentioned just 16 walks on the year for him. He is a strike thrower.
Brendan Ryan on a hitting streak. Swung the bat really well.
An 11-game hitting streak for Brendan Ryan, hitting .347 over that run. 4 doubles, 2 home runs.
Popped up. It's out of play.
And I think you would agree, Dave, that we saw some great defensive shortstop from him on the road trip. It was a tough trip, but he was fun to watch.
Yes, he was. Every angle, every throw he's made. Done a good job. As you can see, he shaved the stash. Had to do it. Had to do it. Got to change it up. And just like Eric Wedge a few days ago did the same thing. Hey, when you start losing 14, 15, 16, 17 games in a row, you can try something. Ball and 2 strikes. Bouncing ball charged by Rodriguez. Throws out the Mariners shortstop. 2 down. What do you think of the moves today? Langerhans being traded, Jack Tuss being released.
Well, I think you're in a situation with your pitching staff right now where you want to keep the extra arm, and Bevan certainly has pitched well. Jack was getting to that point where he wasn't in the lineup regularly. Somebody has to go. You have to make a move. And so I wasn't really surprised to see what they ended up doing in that situation. We'll see if they make more changes here in the next couple of weeks. And then Langerhans, good for him. Hopefully he'll get an opportunity over there to get a chance to play in the big leagues.
Exactly. And Dustin takes pitch down low. His last 9 games of the road trip, very productive for the youngster.
I think the biggest thing too is with Blake Bevan. He's not only pitched well, but you hope that Eric's healthy. You hope that things go well for him. But without having that known for sure, it's tough to send Blake out and lose him for a couple of weeks because you can't bring him back.
Well, that's exactly what Eric Wedge talked about. Is Ackley smokes one right through the box by the ear of the pitcher Neiman for a base hit. Eric Wedge said, "Listen, I don't want to lose a guy that." Send him down and can't use him for 10, 11 days.
Right.
They go to a 6-man rotation, and he's liked what the kid has done the first couple of games.
We'll take a look at this. Fastball away from Ackley is something that he has done well, just spraying line drives all over the place.
Hit that right over the Rick, which is spelled behind second base. That in memoriam of Rick Kaminsky, the Peanut Man, a legend here in Seattle, who passed away earlier in the week. Our condolences go out to his family and friends. Here's Olivo. Miguel takes the ball. 1-0. Couple of home runs on the trip for Olivo. He hit .214. Drove in 6 runs. There's strike 1-1. Another tough stretch of games for the Mariners. Tampa Bay, followed by Oakland. Oakland swinging the bat a lot better lately. Take 4 out of 5, 3 out of 4 from these guys. Then on the road, Anaheim and Texas coming up. And he can pack lightly for Texas, Mike, because they're consistently in the hundreds as we speak.
I know that we're both looking forward to that.
108 right now in Arlington.
Neiman topping out at 92 miles an hour. Slow breaking ball at 78. I'm going to tell you this, the guys that are going to be making that trip, they should start drinking some water right now.
Amen. Feel free to wear your bathing suit up in the booth. It's going to be that kind of hot. And if that AC goes, start peeling, pal.
You need to get one of those misting machines in there.
That's some serious heat. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs to Olivo. Ackley's at first. Struck him out, so Olivo's gone. 92 strikeouts for Miguel. Team most for the Mariners. No score after 1. Safeco Field, good to be back home. Ichiro, you know, he's done it again. Number 51 has designed a T-shirt for the first 20,000 Mariners fans to take home on Friday, August 12th, when the Mariners take on the Red Sox. Don't miss this unique giveaway, tested and approved by Ichiro himself. Get your tickets at mariners.com/tickets. There you go, put it on him. Not good fit, Mr. Suzuki. Very nice. Casey Katzman. How about Casey Katzman? 5th leading hitter in the American League, 324. 4 homers and 29 runs batted in.
When they recalled him, he was off to a ridiculous start, and then it was just a matter of him getting enough at bats to qualify to be in the top 5.
Some eye surgery done, and it worked out for him, and he squeezes one through the infield. How about that? Base hit for Katzman to lead off the second. And that's one of those sabermetric stats we didn't have as kids, but batting average balls put in play.
Yeah.
That's a big help for Casey.
Now you look at this one, not hit hard, but he finds a hole over on the left side. And for Eric, 24 pitches in the first inning. So hopefully he can get a double play ball, have a quick one here.
There's the catcher, Kelly Shopik. Shopik went, strike one. Shopik playing in his 59th game. Game 104 for the Rays, and he's bounced into 4 double plays. This is a double play, hopefully ready made, because Katzman's not a fast runner, nor is Shopik. Beautiful night. Chamber of Commerce smiling with this night. 74 degrees, wind out of the northwest at 4. Perfect blue sky above. Foul back, 1-2. Mariners also opening at Bedard will stay true to form. He's got great numbers against Tampa Bay in 21 starts, an 11-3 record, ERA of 3.08. Swing to this. Shopik strong. Second strikeout for Bedard. 1 out here in the second inning.
That was a really good breaking ball from Eric Bedard. Sharp. Take a look at it. Shopik can't lay off. It swings over the top. That's his money pitch. Again, his arm should be fine. It's his knee that everybody's been concerned about. And for Eric, I think right now it's just a matter of how many pitches Eric Wedge is going to let him go with today. You mentioned they'd like to see him go 5 innings.
Pitch to Matt Joyce outside. Check that, outside on the corner for a strike. That's a ball. Matt Joyce, when Tampa Bay came in the first time, June 2nd, he was batting in a 2-hole and hitting .361, leading the league in hitting. He was tailed off since then. He's now batting in an 8-hole, hitting .283.
Yeah, and because of that start, he made the All-Star team this year. $15 home runs on the year for Joyce.
Sonic celebration night here at Safeco Field. A lot of green and gold here. Like seeing that. Gary Payton, Nate McMillan, Lenny Wilkins, George Karl, Spencer Haywood, all expected to stop by the booth here this evening. 1-2 outside. Bedard struck out 2, walked 1. Give you an idea how hot this young man was. April 1 through May 27th, he hit .377, 13 doubles, 8 homers, 27 ribbies. From May 28th to July 8th, he's hitting $192. And Bedard has run another 3-ball count, his first this inning. What, 4 times a 3-ball count in the first. On deck, Sean Rodriguez, the shortstop. We'll do it again.
Well, good news is he has a good fastball tonight. 92 miles an hour on that last fastball. His command of it hasn't been there yet.
Kochman not a fast runner, not a big lead. 1 out. He holds, and that one's fouled back behind home plate.
"13 pitches now in this inning, just 1 out.
Two pitch again. Up back this way, out of play. And the old fishing that we could have made that catch.
There you go. Last 4 pitches, all fastballs. All those pitches up in the zone. Miguel Olivo going out and having a conversation with Eric. Probably seeing if he can figure out a way to get the ball back down. See him get a ground ball here and help himself out with a double play and get off the field.
Three-two pitch again. Breaking ball, no, missed.
That was a good looking breaking ball.
Yep, it was.
Those pitches at the bottom of the strike zone, they are not working for Eric. The last pitch I thought was right on the corner. Didn't get the call. There you go. The 9th pitch of that at bat. Looks like a perfect pitch.
Second walk issued by Bedard. He's got runners at first and second for Sean Rodriguez, the shortstop, hitting just .211. Curveball for strike. Best Rays hitter against lefties, hitting a .286 clip. It's what we saw from Bedard in the month of April.
Yeah, and that's what you had to wonder about with him missing a month. And it's one thing to throw your bullpens in and pitch in the simulated games. It's another thing when you get in between the lines here, and this is exactly what we were seeing earlier in the year, Dave. Tough time commanding the strike zone. Looks like he has good stuff. Last fastball, 93 miles an hour.
He's got 1 on, 1 out, rather, and 2 on, first and second. Play Rodriguez straight away, not too deep in the outfield. Breaking ball, hit foul. Over the head of Tom Foley, the third base coach.
And this will be another 20-pitch inning for Eric. 19 so far.
One, two. Levo. Get up after that one. Two pitch. He's in danger of walking the bases loaded here. Be careful. Desmond Jennings, the leadoff man, awaits. Back at the top of the order. Sixth 3-ball count already. Payoff. Walked him and the bases are loaded.
That'll bring out Carl Willis. Again, it's his fastball I think he's having the problems with. He likes to use his breaking ball. Either get ahead, throw the slower one up there, and the next one he'll throw and try to bounce it. He's been able to do that, but his fastball has been all over the place for him. The velocity on it's good, so as far as coming off of an injury, that's not the issue.
Well, let's see if the wisdom imparted by Mr. Willis. See if he can get it to pay off with Bedard. Bases loaded with 1 out to get Casey Kotchman at third. Matt Joyce at second. Sean Rodriguez at first base. 24 balls, 22 strikes, 46 pitches, 3 walks, and 2 hits allowed. Watch Jennings up at the plate. Looks like a bigger version of BJ Up.
We saw him briefly last year. He looks
September.
Like, yeah, he looks like he's put on a little bit of weight.
One 0 to Jennings. 2-0. He is getting into some dangerous territory.
Well, Jennings was in a 2-0 count his first time up and turned it loose. Hit a rocket. Fortunately, Figgins was able to make the play on it.
Two-0 pitch. Took something off. Got it over for a strike. 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike. Bases loaded, 1 out. Speed pitch again for a strike. 2-2.
He had to go to his changeup and his breaking ball again to get back into the count because he missed with his fastball. So he's pitching backwards. I don't think it's necessarily because that's the way he wants to do it. I think he has to at this point.
2-2 pitch coming up. Jennings fouls it off. Jennings with the ball club last September. Hit 4 for 21 in 17 games after September 1 call-up. Leadoff man down at AAA Durham. Big shot here, 2-2 for Bedard. Up high, full count. His third 3-ball count this inning. Nowhere to put Jennings. Bases loaded, 1 out. 3-2 pitch. Breaking ball, lost him. A walk and an RBI. That's 3 consecutive walks for Bedard. RBI for Jennings, his 8th. Scoring on a play is Katzman. Everybody else moves up.
And that'll give you an idea. No confidence in his fastball. He has the bases loaded with a 3-2 count. The leadoff hitter up there, and he goes to his breaking ball. That is tough. We talk about it all the time, Dave. If you can't command your fastball, you're going to be in trouble, and that's exactly where he's at. 53 pitches already for Eric.
Aaron Laffey throwing. Here's Damon. Takes up high, and Olivo going to go out for a chat. There's Laffey warming up quickly.
And again, the last fastball up out of the strike zone. Miguel out there trying to lighten the mood a little bit. Take some of the stress off of Eric. See if we can find a way to get him back in the strike zone. Johnny Damon's career with the bases loaded. Pretty good. 378 hitter with 6 grand slams.
One-0 from Bedard. Fouled into the glove. Olivo. Johnny 4 for 24 against Bedard, counting that first inning strikeout. 4-game hitting streak, Damon. Not exactly ripping it. He's 4 for 18. 1-1 pitch. Fouled into the glove again. 1-2. Bedard comes set. 1 out. Bases loaded. 1-2 to Damon. Back up the middle. Base hit. Joyce scores. Here comes Rodriguez. The throw is cut off. 3-0 Tampa Bay. Couple RBIs for Damon. Gives him 48 on the season.
Great at bat.
Well, it looks like he gets a fastball 93 miles an hour and shoots it back up the middle.
Two RBIs for Damon following a bases loaded walk. Here comes Eric Wedge. That'll do it for Bedard. Does not get out of the second inning. So in his first start coming back after sitting out some time since June 27th with a left knee injury, not a good start. 3-0 Tampa Bay. A 3-0 lead. Couple of men still on. And here's your chance for your child to run the bases right here at Safeco Field. After Sunday's Mariners game with these Rays, all kids 14 and under, come on down to the field and run the bases thanks to Key Bank. Make sure you bring your camera to capture that magic moment. For tickets, visit Mariners.com or any Mariners team store. Talking about magic moments, the Mariners could use something out of Aaron Laffey right now to get out of this jam. 3 runs on the board, 1 out, and 2 runners still on.
Aaron's numbers, ERA right at 3. 21 strikeouts, 13 walks. Opponents average 282.
Evan Longoria looks at ball 1. Longoria walked his first time. Longoria 1 for 6 against Aaron.
Oh boy,
but that was trouble. Oh man. First base umpire Doug Eddings all over that one, a balk.
First baseman, they're usually on a play like this, if they're going to throw behind the runner, meaning there's a runner at second and first, you try a back pick. They usually put a play on, and Adam never broke. And he has to be in the area of first base, and because he never left his position, no chance to get the runner. That is a balk. And there was a miscommunication there on a signal or a sign. Adam playing first base. Usually that's Justin Smoke. So I don't know what happened. Usually they'll have a little pick sign between each other. Maybe Aaron Laffey saw something that Adam didn't intend to do, and that's why he threw it over in that area. But you have to be by the base, otherwise it's a balk, and that's where he has.
Strike taken by Longoria. Count of 1-1. Eric Wedge, not happening. 1-1. Couldn't entice him on that pitch, and now he's got to throw a strike. Jennings at third, Damon at second. 2 fast runners. Fouled off by Longoria. Been hot his last 40 games, 38 RBIs. It leads the American League. Evan Longoria. Bouncing ball will get 1 as Ryan throws him out. 4-0. Tampa Bay. Jennings scoring easily. RBI Longoria is 52nd. Two outs and Damon to third. Mariners will have to get cranking. This is the 8th hitter to the plate. Second inning for Tampa Bay. Rays yesterday gave up 5 early runs, but came back to win at Oakland 10-8. 1-0 to Zobrist. Single to left his last time up.
Bullpen had to pitch a lot on the road trip, and get a great performance from Felix. Come back with an off day, feel like you get in shape, and then Eric only able to go an inning of the third. Those guys are going to have to work a lot again today.
What about now? I would imagine Eric Wedge feeling good about having Blake Bevan still up here.
Yeah.
2-1. That's hit hard. Slicing drive deep to right. Gone. 2-run home. for Zobrist, his 14th home run. RBIs 55 and 56. And as we mentioned, American League leader in extra base hits and American League leader in road batting average. And he should change right here to make it 6-0 Rays.
Take a look at this last pitch. Fastball. Hits it hard to right field. Thought maybe he had a chance to hit the fence, but he had enough on it to carry it over the right field fence as Ichiro turned around and watched it fly into the stands.
9th hitter in the inning is B.J. Upton. The top 4 men in the order already on the board with RBIs. 1 for Jennings on a bases loaded walk. Damon singled in a run. 2 runs. Longoria, an RBI ground out, and a 2-run homer. Zobrist.
Close the book on Eric Bedard. An inning and a third. 3 hits, 5 runs, 4 walks through 57 pitches, 28 strikes. Tough outing for him.
Laffey behind 2-0. Out back with a strike. Bedard never really found it. 24 pitches in the first inning, and it got worse than the second. Now Laffey 3-1. B.J. up 3-1 count. Pitch from Laffey. His offense, which has swung the bat well recently, going to have to get into it. Get productive and get productive quickly.
Well, good news, they have plenty of game to do that.
Payoff to Upton. He's aboard, and the Rays have batted around. Katzman started this whole thing off down the whole left side. Shot a base hit to left. First pitch from Laffey outside. Did not go, says Kerwin Denley. Third base umpires, they appeal down there. Every Rays batter except for Kelly Shopik has reached base. 1-0 pitch.
Commanding the strike zone today, Dave. You look at Laffey right now, 17 pitches, 8 strikes, 9 balls. Came in with 1 out in the inning. He's only been able to retire 1 batter.
Kochman, the number 5 hitter in the American League. That continues. Extra bases down the line.
Upton can fly.
Yes, he can. BJ to third. Here's Ichiro. Throw to Kennedy. Throw to the plate. Not in time. RBI double. Casey Kochman, his 30th RBI. It's 7-0 Tampa Bay. Kochman 2 for 2.
So he's out in front of it. He is, but the pitch is centered in the middle of the plate. Kochman hits it hard down into the corner. Upton, we mentioned, can fly. It's a good relay, but he scores easily on the play from first.
For Will, a second trip. Not what they had in mind coming off the feel good of ending the 17-game losing streak.
You hear a lot about Upton And this is one of the reasons why he's a great athlete, covers a lot of ground in center field, and he scores all the way from first. One of the few guys in this league that would have been able to do that.
Smooth gallop, too. You see Catchman. He's at second. 51 pitches so far by the Mariner pitching this inning. This is hitter number 11 here in the second inning. Kelly Shopik, he struck out for the second out. For the first out, beg your pardon, strikeout number 2. Here's a drive to right. Ichiro going back. That's off the fence. Kotzman scores as Shopik with an RBI single. It's 8-0. Aaron Leffy getting tattooed.
This is a long single by Shopik. Gets a first pitch fastball on the outside corner and drives it to right. That's the second time we've seen that in this inning. Zobrist hit one out of here to right field, the right-handed hitter. This one will go off the fence.
They got 8 runs on 5 hits this inning. Nobody's feet's been moved. Nobody's been dusted. Guys running up there, digging in and taking some hacks. It's the 12th hitter to the plate here in the second inning. Eight nothing Rays. 2 outs, 1 on. One and 2 to Matt Joyce. He walked and scored earlier in the inning. In tight. It's a 32-minute inning. The sun was in the process of descending. It certainly is no longer brightening many of the fans here at Safeco Field. 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, and a merciful end to the second inning as the Rays send 12 men to the plate, score 8 times on 5 hits, and lead 8-0.
Tampa Bay an 8-0 lead over the Mariners in the second inning. The trade deadline set for Sunday. You can expect deals between now and then. And this trade brought to you by Sterling Saving Bank. The Astros sent all-star right fielder Hunter Pence and $1 million to the Phillies for a number of prospects. We'll see how that plays out for Philadelphia Phillies already had a potent offense. It just got a whole lot better. Dave Sims and a very special guest.
All right, Tom, thank you very much. 8-0 Tampa Bay. And leading off Mike Carpet, we are thrilled to have with us Gary Payton, the glove. GP, what's up, man?
How you doing?
I'm doing well. Good to see you. Congratulations on this. It's a great night to have you guys back here. It's nice to see you guys get honored here. What's it mean to you? How's it touching you?
It was a great feeling, especially for the Mariners to come back and bring us back and bring all the guys that I played with and some of the legends, especially the coaches and stuff. Right. It was a really great feeling to go out there.
Tell the folks what you're doing these days.
Well, I'm the ambassador for the NBA. I go overseas and I do a lot of things like that. And I got a foundation that's going on that's called Teen Entrepreneurs in Vegas, a radio show on the Foxhole on satellite. A lot of things. I just try to mingle and do everything.
When you think back to the championship opportunity you had back in the 90s, sometimes middle of the night in the cold sweat.
Oh, man. Why we didn't start playing in the game one? So, yeah, I wish we could have brought a championship team here, championship to the Sonics, and during that time, we just woke up too late, and then got ourselves in a big hole, and we were getting a great team, with Michael Jordan.
Right. What did it mean to later win the title with Miami?
It meant a lot, that really put the icing on my career to get a championship. You know how people always talk about he really make it to the Hall of Fame if he don't get a championship and stuff. Well, Karl Malone and John Stockton and Charles Barkley gave an example of that. They did. So, it's a great feeling to always win a championship.
It means a lot to you going to the Hall of Fame?
It means a lot for me to go to the Hall of Fame, especially as a supersonic, and for these people, especially for my city, Oakland, California, where I came from. That'll be a great honor for me to do that.
That would be great. Were you much of a baseball fan growing up in Oaktown?
Yes, I was. I was an Oakland A's fan. Now and then switched over to the San Francisco Giants because of Barry Bonds. Barry Bonds was my guy. So, I've been over there. I've been doing that a lot.
Who else have you been in contact with some of the fellas? I mean, some of the guys who are here today, have you seen a lot of them over the last few years?
Yes, I have. Nate McMillan I've seen a lot. Sean Kemp I've seen a great deal of a lot. We're about to start doing a lot of business adventures, me and him, get things back here with Seattle and doing a lot of camps and stuff like that. So, yeah, I've been in touch with them. But the other ones I haven't been, it was great to see them.
I liked what Lenny Wilkins said, that we will get another NBA franchise back here in Seattle in the near future. I like the sound of that. Whatever you can do, fans out there, they're going to say, "Yo, man, you got to help out. You got to see if you can get in that committee and make it happen. Talk to the commissioner and the board of directors and all that kind of stuff." Yeah. Would you get involved in something like that?
Yes, I'm going to get involved with that. I want a team to be there back here, and I want to possibly move back here and become a part of the organization if it comes back into that. So a lot of these fans can see me a little bit more, see a lot more of the legends again. But you got to understand, NBA. If we get an arena here, the NBA will have no question of bringing a team back here.
What about this lockout? The whole shutdown. That's a lot disturbing.
It's really disturbing, and what they're talking about now, it's not going to be over until almost January. It's going to be longer than when football was. That 132 days is going to be longer.
And they didn't miss any games.
And they didn't miss any games, but I think the NBA is going to miss some games.
That's not good. That is not good. Here's Adam Kennedy. He's got a 3-1 count. The Mariners down 8-0. What other things, you achieved so much in the NBA, and particularly with that crowning achievement, getting the ring with Miami. But give me some other things that really, maybe a game or a performance or a moment that really jump out at you.
Well, nothing really jumps out at me. You know what jumps out at me? Being on them teams every year, winning 60 games and plus, and doing that. My whole career was a jumping what jumped at me because I was really happy here. Right. I played here for the 12 to 13 seasons, and I think that was the best time, me being here, period, and being around these fans and around the city.
And everybody up here is also familiar with you, obviously, from your time in Oregon State in the Pac-10.
Yeah, I used to come up here and beat on Washington a lot. So it was real fun coming here, and especially staying on the Northwest. So it was great that I got drafted here, and it was just an ideal thing for me.
That's great. What was it like? You and Sean feel like getting a basketball down there? You work a couple plays or something when you're downstairs, when everybody's getting together?
No, he didn't want to do that.
You want to throw a lob up and let him go get one?
I wish we could still throw them lobs up and he could go get it, because everybody remember that. That was a great feeling to do that for me with him, because I can just go throw it anywhere and he'll go get it.
Yeah. When you look at the NBA now And compared to your time, give me a quick synopsis? How much has it changed since you left? You've only been out a few years,
right?
But how much has it changed?
It's changed drastically. I mean, you can't touch anybody. Yeah. They're playing zones.
You wouldn't be the glove.
I wouldn't be the glove, and I couldn't. You can't talk. You can't even say nothing right now.
We got to run. Good to see you, man. Appreciate you stopping by.
Thank you very much.
Gary Payton joining us here, up in the booth, 8-0, Tampa Bay. In this game still, top of the third, and Tampa Bay with a big lead. They put up 8 runs top of the second inning. Here's Sean Rodriguez. Down the line, fair ball, extra bases. Rodriguez gets the second easily as Carp gets the ball back in. Our Geico quote today concerns a gentleman who just left the booth. Here's what Hall of Famer Gail Goodrich out of UCLA, and a great pro with the Lakers, on Gary Payton, the most complete a guard as there ever was. And that is really saying something. You talk about a guy, Gail Goodrich, who played with Jerry West, played against Walt Frazier, Oscar Robertson, and all those kind of guys. That is some kind of compliment.
Not many guards play defense like Gary Payton.
You got it. Yeah, I mean, when you think of great, and he could score. You think of great defensive guards. Yeah, Jerry West was a great defensive guard. Walt Frazier, who we just mentioned. The late, great Norm Van Leer, Jerry Sloan. Yeah, he was a complete player. Glove was a great nickname. Kennedy feeds to left. Hey, did he beat him? Oh, boy, he just got there to retire the Speedy Jennings. Moving up to third is Rodriguez. Coors Light freeze can. Laffey being by a foot. Still to come here in Sonic Celebration Night. We've got Nate McMillan, Lenny Wilkins, George Carlin, Spencer Haywood. Here's Johnny Damon, 2-run single last time up, struck out in his first at bat. All right, walk me through this. You just stopped the 17-game losing streak.
Right. Day
off. You're thrilled. Family, do whatever you got to do.
Yep.
Come back. You're psyched to play here at home, and now you're in an 8-0 hole.
Well, it's tough, but then that's you can't pick the spots for the different guys to come back, and today it happened to be Eric's spot. I didn't know what to expect. You would think that he's probably not going to be very sharp. He certainly wasn't, far from it. And there you go. So now you have a battle on your hands, and can't give up any more runs. That's the reason why Eric Wedge here in the third inning has the infield playing, and he doesn't want to give up another run, so you have to battle your way back into it. But it's tough, and I think it's really tough too, because like I said, the bullpen on this road trip had to throw so much. And the outing by Felix and then the off day, you can get guys back into shape. But right now, Aaron Laffey, who's your lefty out there, has thrown 31 pitches, and we're sitting here in the third inning. So it's going to be bullpen by committee.
3-1 the count now to Johnny Damon. On deck, Evan Longoria.
What you'd like to see is what the guys have done all year, and that is fight their way back into this game.
Johnny Damon, he's walked. Runners at the corners. And for Laffey, that is his first walk. Take a look at our AT&T trivia question. What inspired Sam Schulman to name his expansion NBA team the Seattle Supersonics? Text your answer to 95323. 95323. What inspired Mr. Schulman to name this ball club? One out. Runners at first and third. Bedard walked 4. Laffey now 1. That's 5 on the night. Straighten up Evan Longoria.
Looks like Jamie Wright's getting loose in the pen.
There's Jamie. Laffey behind to Longoria, 2-0. Meanwhile, Jeff Neiman struck out 2, giving up 1. He's going to have to go out and work up a sweat. Two and 1. Look out, back into the dugout. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Tampa Bay starting tonight 10.5 off the pace behind Boston in the American League West. Yankees at 2.5 back. Tampa Bay 10.5 back. Toronto 12 and Baltimore 22. Breaking ball gets to the outside corner for called strike 3. 2 outs. Backdoor slider. Gets Longoria. First strikeout. Make that second strikeout here for Laffey.
Well, Laffey will have to deal with Ben Zobrist. Zobrist already 2 for 2 in the game. He hit a home run his last time up over the fence in right field. 14 home runs on the year for him. The Rays interesting offensively. They're 12th in average, but they're 7th in runs scored, 7th in home runs, and 4th in stolen bases, 4th in walks.
Strike 1 to Zobrist.
So they take advantage of their base runners.
That they do. ERA, they're 7th. Goes right field again. Hits it hard again, but Ichiro looks like he's got a play and does. They'll do it as Zobrist drives one to right, but it stays in the yard this time. To the home third we go. It's 8-0 Tampa Bay. And joining us when we come back, Mr. Sonic, Nate McMillan. Great Sonics with us. Nate McMillan, Mr. Sonic, good to see you, sir. How are you?
Nice to see you.
Coach of the Portland Trail Blazers. And what's it mean for you coming back here to Seattle to see all the fellas and be with this group again and have the city honor you guys?
Well, I'm not far away from the Northwest. I'm still in the Northwest, but it's always great to come back to Seattle. Beautiful city. I really enjoyed my time here, and we just have a party going on over there.
I know you do.
It is unbelievable. Thank you to the Mariners, because I don't think we could have gotten this done like this
It's
tonight.
a great group. I mean, you were with the club in the 90s. You get to be with the club that was here in the late 70s. What's that been like for you to catch up with those fellas?
It's been great, and we've been able to bring our families. So the kids that were down here are now up here, and they're graduated. They've graduated. They have families, and to talk with, I see Lenny all the time, and Gus and those guys, Fred, I see him around town. So a lot of these guys I still run into, but to have everybody here, Sean Kemp, I haven't seen Sean in probably 5 years.
No kidding.
And, we just hugged when we saw each other. So it was great to see everybody, too.
I really enjoyed seeing you guys, everybody going after behind their sign and everything. And everybody, boy, just the joy of being here and to seeing the fellas again.
It's like one of those reunions, 25th reunion or something like that. So you're looking at your stomach and you're looking at your guy next to you and making sure you're in shape.
Yeah, right.
It's been great. We're having a great time tonight.
Hey, in addition to coaching the Trailblazers, you work with our good friend Mike Krzyzewski on USA Basketball, bringing home some gold. Congratulations on that, man. That is watching. I tell you what, you had the heart about stopping a couple times the last time out now.
We've had some great groups, and to have the opportunity to work with Coach K, Mr. Colangelo, Jimmy Boeheim is on that team, that coaching staff, Mike D'Antoni. It's been a great experience for me. We won the World Championship last year, so we get this summer off, and it's our first summer in about 4 years, and so we qualified for the Olympics in 2012.
Good for you. Highlight moment for you as a Sonic? You got one or two or three to jump out at you?
Definitely when we beat Utah here, and we were advancing to the finals, and having that opportunity to play in the finals. And as I tell our guys, you don't get that many opportunities, and I had one opportunity to reach the finals. Unfortunately, I had some injuries, so I couldn't really play in that final, but it was a slugfest against Utah, and it was a grinding series. Utah was very good at that time. We have overcome 2 first-round losses back-to-back years, and we were finally going to the finals where we felt we should have been in years past.
Nate McMillan, I guess, Mr. Sonic, currently the coach of the Portland Trailblazers. Hey, do you try to pick Lenny Wilkins' mind, some things that maybe you can use during your – I mean, it's always good to pick from one of the all-timers.
One thing, when I first got into coaching or was offered a job, Lenny wrote me a letter. And I knew Lenny, but I didn't know him like that. And he wrote me a letter, and he said, congratulations, and teach what you know. And it was the best advice, especially for a young coach. Lenny, was a legend, and just, know that he was thinking about me at the time was great. But he wrote me a letter, and I'll always remember that. And we've remained really close friends since then.
People in this neck of the woods want to know about one of their favorite sons, Brendan Roy. Physically, how is he as you point towards next season, if we do have a next season in the NBA?
I can't comment on any of our players.
Okay.
With the situation that's going on, I can't address.
Okay, fair enough. But he's the local, as you know, he's the local product.
Right.
But folks up here look at it. Zetro fouls one off, right off of somebody's glove. But he's an integral part of what you do down there. Were you much of a baseball fan growing up down in Raleigh, North Carolina?
No, we didn't have Major League Baseball down there. I've always been a Mariners fan. In the 90s, when we were good, Seattle was rocking at the time. The Seahawks were doing well. The Mariners were doing well, and we all were really competing against one another, but supporting each other. And A-Rod and Kenny and Randy, all of those guys were here during the 90s, and it was just a great time for sports in Seattle during that time.
Boy, that's three really good groups and three groups of alpha males getting together and hanging out, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We would come and support each other. We would go to the Seahawks games and the Mariners games and the Huskies. The Huskies were doing some good things also. So Seattle sports was really at the top of their game at that time.
Well, we were talking to Gary Payton, and we were commenting on what Lenny said about trying to get another NBA team back here. Certainly would be good to have that here so you could have that rivalry against Seattle and Portland.
No question. We know that Seattle fans will support an NBA franchise, and unfortunately they lost a team. And I think that NBA basketball will come back to this area, but I feel you have to have a building in place before that
happens. First things first,
And I think it's certainly a great place to play and raise a family.
Well, we would certainly agree with that. As Mariners have 1 on, 2 outs. Here's Ryan. That ball gets away. It's a wild pitch. And Figgins will come around to third, and he'll hold right there. So a wild pitch. Runner to third with 2 outs, and the hitter is Brendan Ryan. And Joe Madden. Joe Madden, talked to Joe before the game. He is a huge sports fan. He said he was in college during the 77, 78, that, the great run that the Sonics had then. He was up on the front rail watching all the intros.
Yeah, I saw him down there, and he came and he shook our hands and congratulated us. So we all are fans of each other. The sports family.
1-0 to Brendan Ryan. Mariners trying to get something going. There's a breaking ball. As I mentioned as you came in, that I knew Jimmy Valvano back in Iona, and you had him at North Carolina. He was your coach at North Carolina State. There's a million Jimmy V stories. Give me a funny one right now. He was a beauty.
He was a great coach. People, they really didn't give him credit for X's and O's. But he was a great coach. He was an unbelievable motivator. And, some stories I just can't tell.
No, understood.
It's not made for TV.
I got you. Nate, pleasure.
Pleasure to see you.
God bless you. Now, thanks for stopping out.
Okay.
We appreciate it. Mr. Sonic, Nate McMillan joining us on the broadcast. 8-0 Tampa Bay.
Sports is brought to you by Banner Bank. Better ideas, better banking. By Quest. Quest is becoming CenturyLink. CenturyLink, your link begins here. Find out more at CenturyLink.com/link. And by the Emerald Queen Casino, presenting Southern Rockers, the Charlie Daniels Band, August 26th. For tickets, go to emeraldqueen.com. Let's rejoin Dave and Mike.
All right, Tommy, thank you. As we have a spectacular sunset here just beyond Safeco Field. Right now, the Mariners could use a spectacular comeback here on Sonic Celebration Night. Third pitcher of the evening thus far. This is Jamie Wright.
Jamie, 4.29 ERA, 42 innings pitched for Jamie. Opponent's average is 263. He's given up 6 home runs this year.
B.J. Upton back up the middle. Ryan. Great effort as always. Base hit. Not too many guys are even going to get that ball.
No, they're not.
That's a tough play. Nice job.
Again, he's just so accurate, too, even though he wasn't able to get the out, to glove it and then spin and just fire. He's throwing it blind. Just from years of working out there and knowing where first base is supposed to be, but he's on the money.
Yeah, you come out of that pirouette. I mean, you're coming out of the pirouette, you got to throw it, and you got to throw it accurately and try to get some juice on it. Casey Kotchman. RBI double last time. Should be 2. Ackley, Ryan, Kennedy, easy 2. Mariners needed that. Twin killing, 2 outs, 4th inning.
Main thing is to get some pitchers in here that are going to be efficient, so you don't have to burn a bunch of guys trying to get through this game. Jamie off to a good start. 2 pitches, 2 outs.
One-0 Shopik. AT&T trivia question we're asking about what inspired Sam Shulman to name his expansion NBA team the Seattle Supersonics. Getting some very interesting answers. And we had the ticker running, and
I had no idea. Did
well,
you?
I had a pretty good idea. I like some of the responses. Sonic Restaurant. Like to eat there? Hey, why not? 1-2 to Shopping. Strike 3 called. We'll give you that answer when we come back. That's what you're asking for there, Mike. Efficiency, and Jamie Wright gets it done in the Tampa Bay 4th. But it's all Rays, 8-0. Champion Sonics a little bit before his time, but appropriate homage. Give me some rally fries. So what inspired Sam Shulman to name his expansion team the Seattle Supersonics? The survey says the Boeing SST, the supersonic transporter, was also known as the Boeing 2707. And there's the original 1967 logo. I remember going to, the 1971 NBA All-Star game in Philly. Bob Rule was the big Supersonic star at that time, and he made the club that year for the West. Willis Reed won that MVP that year. Actually, it was 69. It was the 69-70 All-Star. Mariners got some work to do. Bottom of the fourth, they've had 2 base runners. Base hit by this man, Dustin Ackley, with 2 outs in the first. And a 1-out walk to Figgins in the third. A ground out and a wild pitch got him to third base. So it's Ackley, Olivo, and Carp here in the bottom of the fourth, and 8-0 Tampa Bay lead. They got all 8 runs in the second inning. One and two. All 2 strikes to Ackley. And they check down the third base. Kerwin Danley said he did not go. As we celebrate the Sonics tonight, we're thrilled to have back with us in the booth, we say, Coach, Lenny Wilkins, Hall of Famer.
Thank you. You're awful clean, man.
Hey, man, do what you got to do, right? Thank you. I appreciate it.
Good to see you.
Good to see you, too. I got a thrill, and everybody watching at home and here in the ballpark got a thrill to see you guys down there. That means a lot to this community.
Yeah, and it was a great tribute by the Mariners, to bring the players in and have everybody remember that basketball certainly is a part of this community.
Oh, you know it. And the other thing, I was talking to Nate and GP about, I loved what you said, hey, man, we're going to get it back here, and hopefully sooner than later.
Yeah. We, everybody talks about it, and every time we go any place, people ask about it, and certainly I think we're a Tier 1 city. And,
without a doubt.
Yeah, and we can get a building, so we get a building, it'll happen.
How involved are you, or would you like to be in that pursuit?
Well, I'd like to be very involved. I've talked with some people, but it's been a lot of talk. And if they can get a movement going where we can get plans on the table, get a shovel in the ground date, certainly the NBA would be very amenable to having a team here. And I would like to be a part of that. Good,
very good. Lenny Wilkins, of course, in the Hall of Fame as a player and as a coach. And I can remember, I think, my early days, we crossed paths when I was in New York, your championship years. You get to the finals of one year, Washington. It was a Greg Ballard, I think, beat you on a jump shot?
In that one, the first year.
Yeah, the first year. And then you come back and beat. Was it Gene Shue and those guys, right?
Right. No, it wasn't
No,
Dick Motta.
Dick Motta. That's right. It was Dick Motta. That's right, because Bernie Bickerstaff was on.
Right.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
You guys, what a great club you had.
Yeah, we had a great club. I mean, these guys worked hard. People forget that. If you go back and look at the record books, we were in the top 5 categories of a lot of categories.
Sure.
Defense, steals, rebounds, stuff like that. And we had a wonderful squad. These guys really worked hard.
Can you tell me why no kid in America is 6'10" or above uses Jack Sickman's post-up move with the off foot? I love that move. It's one of the great moves ever.
I don't think the coaches can teach it.
I remember the last time you were here, we talked about you grew up in Brooklyn, a Brooklyn Dodger fan.
Yes.
I always want to hear any Jackie Robinson stories. And anybody who grew up during that time, what do you have? You got any memory?
Hey, I have a lot of memories of Jackie Robinson. I saw him steal home plate. Okay,
wow.
Now that's incredible. No one had done it up to that point.
Right.
And he was so daring on the bases. But the other thing that even more important, Jackie Robinson was a man on the field and off the field, and I loved his character, and that became he was my hero.
Yeah, Tim Heavily, our PR director, said he was up at Cooperstown the other day, and one picture that he saw, he said he has to get a copy of, is a picture of Jackie Robinson and Dr. King together.
Oh wow, that's heavy. That's heavy.
Doesn't get any better than that.
Yeah.
Tell us about your foundation. What's going on with that lately?
Well, the foundation is moving ahead. We have a big dinner auction August 12th and 13th. Mm-hmm. On the 12th, the dinner auction is at the Hyatt Regency in Bellevue.
Nice.
We're going to have close to 600 people at the dinner. Yeah.
Nice.
And the golf tournament the next day at Echo Falls always sells out.
Nice.
And so I tell people, don't let that scare you. You can still make a contribution.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. What other things are you doing with your time these days?
Well, I'm on a few boards.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on a board in Baltimore. It's called the Institute of Human Virology. It's a study of blood. The guy who's the head of it, Dr. Bob Gallo, he is one of the discoverers of the AIDS virus. And so the clinic affects people all over the world.
You know it.
I'm on a bank board in Bellevue Foundation Bank. That keeps us busy. I'm on Children's Hospital Board of Trustees.
And you still do still do some basketball on TV, right? At least you were.
Yeah, do some TV. It's now Roots.
That's right. You're with us. That's right.
Right.
What am I talking about? You're with Roots.
And John Bradford, I work with him. Great guy. Tom Glasgow, Kevin Calabro.
That's right. I've seen you when I've been back home, back east, and I tune in late at night and watch you guys. It's great. 11 o'clock Eastern time. And, hey, there's Coach.
Yeah. Well, it's fun. I enjoy it. I know the game, and,
sure.
and I think that you can help the fans understand what's going on the floor.
Yeah, you bet. Now, you're not a part of the NBA. Nate couldn't talk about it. You could talk about it, right?
Right.
What the heck is going on here?
Well, I think there's a lot of posturing just from the outside looking in.
Right.
We don't go to training camp. They don't go to training camp until September.
Right.
So they got time to iron this out.
The NFL got it done, and they took it down to the last minute.
Yeah, well, I hope that doesn't happen with the NBA, but I certainly feel that these guys understand what's at stake, and Billy Hunter is an excellent leader for the Players Association. And Derek Fisher as well. So I think that it'll get worked out.
Buddy Wilkins with us, the Hall of Famer, Sonics coach. All right, so of the group that's back here tonight that's being honored, who had you seen in the longest time?
Probably Dale Ellis, Michael Cage. Mm-hmm. Those two guys I hadn't seen in a while. The other guys I run into, on the road or different places. But it was good to see both of them. They both looked great.
I was mentioning earlier, and I think you were in this game, the 70 All-Star game in Philly.
Willis
Street won the MVP.
Yeah.
Because I mentioned Bob. I was at that game as a kid. And I remember Bob Rule. Were you with Portland at the time?
No, I was with Portland at the time.
Right. And Bob Rule was the star. He was the number 45 with the Sonics.
Yes. Yeah.
And I was just wondering, give me a highlight or two from. You had a great career, and you played with and coached against. Give me a couple of highlights in addition to winning that NBA championship.
Well, my first year, a rookie with the Hawks, the St. Louis Hawks, before they moved to Atlanta, we played for the World Championship. And in the semifinals, we're playing the Lakers.
Right.
The sixth game, the Lakers are up, 3-2. And the sixth game is in Los Angeles. And we are down by 1 with about 14 seconds to go. And we set up a play for Bob Pettit. Yeah, he missed the shot. The ball came right to me, and I went right to the basket, and Elgin and Jerry grabbed me. I'm a rookie, right? They don't put the rookie on the line. Wasn't any time left on the clock. I made both free throws.
Nice.
My knees were shaking, but I made them both.
Elgin and Jerry grabbed you.
Yeah. And,
wow.
So it was a great memory, and as a rookie, I think that helps establish you because, and I was never fearful of going to the line after that.
32 years old. You become a player coach. That is a huge transition. What was that like?
It was interesting, but I'm partial to point guards. I think they make the better coaches. And so I didn't want to do it at first, but general manager Dick Vertley taught me into it. And I felt like, as a point guard, I knew who wanted the ball, who didn't, who should have it.
Right.
I knew about offenses and how to set things up. So it was a heck of an experience for me. The first year was kind of a novelty, and then you get competitive and you want to win. And it got tougher because you had to spend a lot of time in teaching, explaining, and at the same time keep your game on.
I was going to say, put yourself in and out of the game.
Yes.
Hey, I need a blow. Okay, hey, coach, you talk to yourself. Boom, you get yourself out of the game. Not bad. Who was, as a coaching inspiration, who was the guy you looked up to?
Without a doubt, Red Auerbach, because I like the way he used his personnel.
Right.
Okay, he got the maximum out of guys. He used his bench real well. And I felt, that's the way to be effective, to be in the game all the time. And so he was the guy that I took a lot from.
Take me back to, how about this one? Take me back to the championship year. You got over the hump by beating or something. What happened to get you over the hump?
Well, we got over the hump, I thought, because, the first year we lost.
Right.
But people felt we shouldn't have been there. But I felt we should have. And then the next year, we came out determined. We came out ready. I thought the real test was against Phoenix in that round before.
Alvin Adams and that crew?
Yes, they played really well. They gave us all we could handle. Once we beat them and we got to the finals, it wasn't a doubt in my mind that we were going to win.
So that was John McLeod coaching that club,
yes.
right? Yeah, that was a good team.
Yes, it was.
Was Truck there? Was Truck Robinson on that
Truck
club?
Robinson was there. Westfall was there. What's his?
One of the Van Arsdales was probably still hanging on.
Right, and I can't think of the small forward.
Walter Davis?
Walter Davis. Walter Davis. He was there.
Yeah, that's some great memories. The NBA now, as the game is being played, as smoke strikes out, the NBA is presently constituted. The style of play, do you like it?
Well, I liked what I saw in the finals, in the playoffs this year. You saw a lot of young teams, young players making their mark. I thought that Dallas played great. I mean, they got help from a lot of people. Nowitzki was tough, and he set the tone. But Jason Terry played great. I mean, I thought that Jason Kidd, I thought the big center played well for them. Chandler.
Yeah.
They maximized their talent, and that's team ball. That's everybody being a part of what's going on.
Yeah. And do you see younger coaches starting to pick that up and maybe really try to drive that home a little bit more now?
Yeah, I think they are, and they're learning, believe me, because, I picked Dallas, and then I also picked in the Eastern Conference Chicago and Miami. Now, Chicago was a little young because I think Derrick Rose is a super young man. But he's got to learn to take advantage of his big people, and that the coach can help that. So I think next year you'll see that.
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting development. Anything in college basketball? All right, I'll make you the czar of college basketball for a little bit. What would you change in the college game? Because we got a lot of fans here. Obviously, Pac-10, UW. A lot of fans here. College basketball, the way that's played right now.
I think that it's getting back to what it used to be. I mean, they're playing more up-tempo basketball. And if you looked at Arizona, you looked at, I thought Washington State, played good basketball. So I'm pleased. I thought the Huskies were always a better team when they played up-tempo. And I think Lorenzo Roma is a great young coach, and he does a wonderful job with his team. So it's the West Coast as well as the East. In the East, they always played up-tempo, but now you're seeing it everywhere.
Right, that's so true. Lenny Wilkins, a Hall of Fame coach, joining us here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Adam Kennedy, the hitter, with 2 on. And he looks at ball 3. As we celebrate the Sonics, coming up a little bit later, George Karl will join us, as well as Spencer Haywood. I haven't seen Spencer Haywood in years.
Spencer looks good. I see him a lot because I'm in Vegas especially when the Olympic team trains there. I get a chance to spend some time with Spencer.
He played at UD. Did he play for Vital at UD?
Yeah, I think he did. For the short time that he did.
Strike 3 called to Adam Kennedy, and the Mariner threat is done in the 4th. Still a shutout. Coach, good to see you. Pleasure as always. I love that Jackie Robinson story, man.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Lenny Wilkins joining us here. We'll be back with more as the sun continues to set here in Seattle. on Root Sports is brought to you by AT&T and by Jack in the Box. For a limited time, Jack's really big chicken sandwich combo is $3.99 plus tax. Been all Tampa Bay here thus far as we begin play in the 5th inning. Matt Joyce, Sean Rodriguez, and Desmond Jennings against Jamie Wright, the 3rd Mariner pitcher tonight. Eric Bedard started, first start since late June, did not have it. Inning and a third, 3 hits, 5 runs, all earned, 4 walks, 2 strikeouts, 57 pitches, 28 for strikes. And then Aaron Laffey came in. He wasn't sharp either. Inning and 2/3, 4 hits, 3 runs, all earned, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. Jamie Wright got a double play to help him in the 4th.
Again, the big thing is just to be efficient with your pitches if you can. Try to move the game along and eat up some innings, so some of the guys out in the pen will be ready to go for you tomorrow, especially since tomorrow is a day game.
12 men come to the plate in the 2nd inning for Tampa Bay. He had 8 runs on 5 hits. 2-run homer by Ben Zobrist. 2-run single by Johnny Damon, the big highlights. Check down to Danley at 3rd, did not go. Sonic celebration night here at Safeco Field. Gary Payton, Nate McMillan, Lenny Wilkins have joined us so far. Still to come, George Carlin, Spencer Haywood. That's playable. John Figgins, fair territory, 1 out. Jeff Neiman. He's got a 1-hitter going through 4. He struck out 6, walked 3.
He's really struggling in that last inning. Mariners ended up with a couple of walks, but he ends up striking out 3 batters.
Here's Rodriguez, walk, run, scored, and a double. Ball for strike 101. Get out of play, 1-2.
It will be interesting to hear Eric Bedard after the game to see how he was feeling. You know, he held up. I know he wasn't sharp and didn't pitch well, but his overall health after missing a month, see what he's like.
With knee problems, shelved him for a while. 2-2 pitch. Tap down to Figgins. Throws out Rodriguez. 2 down.
Let's see if we can get the Mariners some runs, Dave. We got to get the guys on the scoreboard. So Marissa is going to deliver some rally fries amongst all the Sonic Mariner faithful out there. This is Clayton. He's 16 years old with his son, and he's here with his sister Gracie. She's 11. They're from Richland. So their mom ended up talking me into bringing the son. So there you go. You get on TV and you get a free order of fries on top of that. Now let's get the Mariners some runs.
Here. Nice. Slick Watts, the great Sonics.
She has them.
Strike 2 to Desmond Jennings. This is his 4th plate appearance. Here we are in the 5th inning. Ground out, walk, run scored, and another ground out. Ryan throws over to just getting Jamie Wright. Good work. 1-2-3 go the Rays in the 5th. Coming up for the Mariners, Gutierrez, Figgins, and Etron. This 8-0 Rays lead.
Casino, Seattle's premier entertainment, gaming, and dining destination. By Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. And by Sterling Savings Bank. Visit one of our 178 branches or go to sterlingsavingsbank.com. Back to the booth.
John, thank you very much. Reliving some of the old days here. Our regular Sonic games years ago. Here's Franklin Gutierrez to lead it off. Gutierrez, Figgins, and Ichiro. The Mariners have had just 4 base runners in the first 4 innings. Popped up. He gets out of play. One and one, the count to Gutierrez. Pops this one up. Shopik gives chase. He runs out of room, and pleased to have with us former Sonics coach. He had a .719 winning percentage. Got the Sonics in postseason every year. Got him to the finals in '96. George Karl, good to see you, Coach. How are you?
Welcome. Thank you for having me, guys. Sorry about the scoreboard.
Yeah, still head coach of the Denver Nuggets. You had a good run this past season. But first of all, being back here in Seattle, what's it mean to you?
Well, as I said before the game, there's a few places in life that you come home to, or you come back to, and you feel like home. And probably Pittsburgh is in that area. I think Seattle's in that area. And, I go to a little town up in Idaho at times in the summertime. I think it's in that area, but it just feels comfortable when you come back here. And
right,
there's a lot of fans, a lot of people that remember. And tonight was special. I mean, I saw some guys last night. I had breakfast this morning, and it's just kind of like one of those moments that I can't believe how many good moments we had.
Right.
It's probably no matter what happens in Denver, Seattle had so many fantastic series and so many fantastic seasons and some craziness to go with it. But Sean Kemp and Gary Payton, Detlef Schrempf, Nate McMillan. There's so many people still left that are Hall of Fame type players or have turned into great coaches. Dwayne Casey and Terry Stotts won a championship with Tim Gergeridge this year. So there's a lot of things that started here in Seattle that are still hanging out in the NBA.
That's good. That's real good. And let me ask you this before we continue about the Seattle memories. If you look at Sean Figgins, health-wise, how are you?
Health-wise, I had a PET scan about middle of June, and whatever they say is clear and clean, and I'm trying to eat right. I'm trying to get my immune system working better, and I've lost 50 or 60 pounds. The diet is not something I would recommend, but I got it off my body, and I'm planning not to put it back on.
There you go. And you had the cancer up in your throat area, correct?
It's called neck and throat cancer. It's squamous cell cancer, which is actually smoking disease cancer, which they now think is caused by the herpes virus of some sort. And I've never smoked, but it was around my tonsil, and I had a lump on my neck. So those are things that radiation and chemotherapy seemingly have a good rate of success in treating.
You look good.
So I feel good.
Well, you look good. We've been following your progress. We're very happy for you. Glad that's going well for you. Give me a couple standout moments. I've been asking all the guys. Standout moments your time here in Seattle.
I think playing in the championship round in the NBA Finals against Chicago and Michael's team, and the team. I thought our team and their team should be in the top 20 teams in NBA history, even though we didn't win a championship. Mm-hmm. They won 73 games, I think, that year. I think we won 64. And if Nate McMillan would have been healthy, I thought it would have been a very equal series. And then the opportunity to play in the finals is as you get older, it's a privilege.
You know it.
It's an honor and a privilege, and it's amazing how few people get to be in that situation.
And as we've found, and I think Coach Wilkins was talking about it, a couple other guys, sometimes you only get the one and done. Got to make the most of it. Hey, you're born in the Pittsburgh area. Big Pirate fan. You're rooting on that ball club as they've rejuvenated here?
Fantastic. I mean, Clint Hurdle was in Denver. I got to know him a little bit. And, in fact, they were in Denver for an early series in April, and I couldn't make the games. So I wish I could have. It's been a fantastic run with them, but I think they're going to break the streak of 19 or 20 years in a row losing season.
George Karl, everybody, former Sonics coach, joining us here. Glad you could join us, George. Appreciate it. All the best to you.
No, man, that's a good, cool hat, man.
Good, appreciate it.
Looks, man. I got to put that on my head.
Hey, that looks good. I tell you what, give me your. Bay raised tonight an 8-0 lead, a one-hitter thrown by Neiman as he is running through the Mariners. He's K'd 8. And here's Johnny Damon to lead off the 6th. Nice play by Kennedy, throws behind right, makes the catch, 1 down. So 1 out here in the 6th. Check out our CenturyLink high-speed pitch, our starters. Neiman and Bedard. It's a push tonight at 93.
A couple of things with Neiman, Dave, is he's been elevating his fastball effectively out of the strike zone, getting the Mariners to chase that pitch, and then coming back with a big curveball. So he's had good command of his pitches tonight. I just like the fact you'll see many guys elevate the fastball as much as he has done tonight, and it's because of that curveball. It's difficult for the Mariners to lay off of it.
Just joining us, Eric Bedard had all kinds of trouble, and you don't see this all the time, but controlling a fastball and then couldn't get the curveball over, and then a couple of times he couldn't catch or break with the umpire. I'm not going to put a lot on that, but it was the main thing.
But the thing about it, Dave, is you're absolutely right. But I think early in the game, especially for him coming off the DL the way that he has, a couple of those pitches early, if they go the other way for him, maybe he builds his confidence, because to me it looked like he just didn't feel like he could get his fastball near the strike zone, and a couple of those pitches that looked like they were on the plate but down. Good pitches, didn't get the calls on though, and it seemed like to me, as this ground ball goes to short, Brendan Ryan will handle it. But to me, you know, when you're coming off like that, that makes a difference. Now, when you're going every 5th day, you deal with it and you have to work your way through it. Not to make any excuses for Eric, but you never know which way that goes sometimes.
That's a good point. That's a very good point. Hey, this Monday, the A's are in town. 3-game series with the Mariners. It's also the next BECU half-price family night where you can get tickets to see the Mariners and A's for less than $10 a person. To get your tickets, go to Mariners.com/specials. Oakland tonight trailing 5-2 at home to Minnesota. They're in the 7th inning. 2 outs in the Tampa Bay 6th. Here's Ben Zobrist. Single, 2-run homer and a fly to right, a deep fly to right. Zobrist, a switch hitter. He hits .278 lefty, .275 right hand.
Playing second base tonight. He's also a good outfielder, playing a bunch of different positions.
Valuable guy. 1-1. Showing some pop from the right side tonight with that home run on a 2-1 pitch. right center field. And then third inning, a long fly ball to the wall that Ichiro caught. Cheer going up, or chant going up, Supersonics. And Zobrist strikes out to a clean inning. Another one, second in a row for Jamie Ray. He's done good work here tonight in the home six. Coming up for the Mariners, Ryan Ackley and Olivo, and still to come Spencer Haywood as we honor the Seattle Supersonics.
Is brought to you by the Jeep brand. We don't just make SUVs, we make history. By Widmer Brothers Brewing, brewing without boundaries. And by Pizza Hut. Get any Pizza Hut pizza, any size, any toppings for one amazingly low price when you carry out. But one of the all-time greats in Sonics history, he could shoot and score like few could. There he is, downtown. Freddie Brown. Downtown tonight at Safeco Field, watching the Mariners take on the Rays. Let's reconnect with Dave and Mike.
All right, thank you, Tom. There's a long fly ball hooking foul off the bat of Brendan Ryan. Ryan Ackley and Olivo here in the home sixth. All Tampa Bay, 8-0. They got 8 runs on 5 hits in the second inning. They sent 12 men to the plate. Meanwhile, for the Mariners, they've had just 4 base runners through the first 5 innings. They had a base hit from Ackley in the first, and then 3 walks, and now here's another base runner as Ryan gets hit. So hit by a pitch, leading off the home sixth. As we continue to honor the Seattle Supersonics, it's a pleasure to welcome in Spencer Haywood. Good to see you, big fella. Been a while. How you doing?
Yes.
We crossed paths in New York, and when you were with the Knicks, you had a great run here in Seattle. I've been asking everybody, give me your greatest Seattle memories here, because you've had a lot.
Well, I had an awful lot because I grew up here. I came out of college right here, and was at that time was the youngest player in the NBA. So, and at that time, it is history too.
Yeah, that's right. And you had come over from the ABA. You had a lot of success over there.
I had 1 year over there, and I left school early in the original case.
Right, I remember that.
Right here in Seattle. Yeah, a lot of history.
The original hardcore? What did they call it at that time?
At the time, it was the hardship.
Hardship. That's what it was.
Yeah. Exactly. Boy, what a wonderful stadium. I mean, this is so beautiful.
Yeah, this is one of the jewels in all of baseball. Hey, I want to get the chronology straight. In '68, you won, helped the U.S. win Olympic gold medal, right? In Mexico City. Who were some of the guys on that club?
JoJo White, Charlie Scott, Mike Silliman, and our teammates that year was George Foreman in boxing.
Yeah, that's right.
John Carlos, Tommy Smith in track.
A memorable year, to say the least.
Exactly. I remember who was it? We were talking about the boycott of '68,
Sure.
and we were discussing it in the
whether
locker
you
room.
guys should join in, right?
No, yeah, right. In the locker room, and the great Jesse Owens came in, and he was talking with us, and he turned in a fit of anger, and he said, "How would you guys feel if you had to run before Hitler?" And we were like, "It's time to go to work."
Right. That's a good point.
Yeah.
That carried a little impact.
Exactly.
Carried a little impact. Yeah, Mr.
Man, you're looking awful sharp.
Well, thank you. Thank you. It is television, but thank you very much. Tell me this. You come from the ABA, then you come over here to Seattle.
Yeah.
What was that like, the first hardship case? And you're carrying a lot on you at the time. You're a young kid.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was not only I came over to just play, I was also at the Supreme Court at that time, so I had to go through all of the court system and everything. But I had a good advisor around me, and my player and my point guard, as well as my coach, Lenny Wilkins.
There you go.
It was just, and not only that, but Seattle provided me with a stable family, and the whole idea of like a city just
nice
embracing you and carrying you on their backs.
And that was a volatile time too, right?
Oh, sheesh. Very, very. Because I would have like 10 days of play and 10 days of injunctions against me. And they would throw me out on the concrete or wherever. But I couldn't go into the arenas.
No kidding.
Yeah.
That's a big difference.
Yeah.
Wow. So, as your career, what year is that? We're talking 72 now?
No, this is 1970.
70.
Yeah. Woo, Lordy.
It's really that long ago?
Yes. But time is beautiful.
Yeah, yes.
Isn't it great to see all of these Sonics here?
Yeah.
And I was just so delighted to see my old buddy Fred Brown, and
he looked. All you guys look great.
Yeah, look great.
Yeah,
and slick. In fact, I'm going to bust him up on the golf course.
Uh-oh.
And I'll be back here again. I'll give a little plug. Lenny Wilkins Celebrity Golf Tournament.
That's right. He said August 12th?
August 12th.
12th. Yeah, look forward to that.
Yeah, so that's going to be
good to see,
a great
Coach.
time, yeah.
Tell the folks what you're doing these days.
Well, what I do is I build flooring for the stadiums,
nice.
And also I am working with the MGM and Bellagio, all of those. My company is the Haywood Group, LLC, along with American Community Builder. I own them both, so we do all of the flooring for the hotels and casinos.
How long have you been at that?
I've been at this now. This is my third year at that, but I had a B license, so I used to do construction for the city of Detroit. I built a large complex there, and I've been out there in Las Vegas because
good for you. Boy, you
have to go where you go.
That's right. stay with that good crowd too.
Well, I have 4 daughters and a wife, so
that's right. Four daughters. You are totally outvoted.
Exactly. I have no rights.
How old are your daughters now?
I have 17, 20, 24, and 29.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Wow. And your wife is Iman still? She's out there with Iman?
That's not Iman. That was my first wife.
Oh, beg your pardon.
I got another one.
Okay. That was the last time I saw you.
Yes, exactly.
That's the last time I saw you.
Exactly. Yeah, that's our oldest daughter, the 29-year-old Zuleika, and I have 3 more by Linda.
Good for you.
So,
good for you. Congratulations on that.
My family's here. My sister Ivory and all of my little nieces and nephew, Villaggio and all of them, because they came up here right when I came up here.
Right.
I remember the 2 people that got here at the same time. Downtown Freddie Brown got drafted in 1971. And he came here, and then my sister Ivory came in. He's been working with the city of Seattle from 1971 on.
So that gave you a little bit more of a support system.
Well, I had the support system because I've never viewed Seattle fans and just the city of Seattle and all of the surrounding areas. This is a family. It's always been family. Yeah. And it's multicultural.
Yes, sir.
And it's always been that way.
Yes, sir.
The best place and the best people. Yes.
We will second that.
Yeah.
Spencer Haywood joining us. Mike Karp checks his swing. 1 and 2 the count to Mike with the runner on, 2 out. The Mariners down 8-0. Who hadn't you seen in this group? I mean, it's always fun when guys, this group dynamic and guys get together for the first time. Who's the guy you hadn't seen in the longest time?
I see them all because we do. Gary and I are up in Las Vegas, so he's trying to get his golf game together. I won't tell him. So I see all of the guys. I see them because I'm very hands-on guy. So we all get together at all of the NBA retired players and,
that's great.
and events and so on.
Beautiful.
So we're trying to do like you guys do.
That's right.
Baseball.
How have you seen the game change since 1970? Here we are, 2011.
Well, it's probably going to be strange coming out of my mouth, but I would like to see guys spend 1 or 2 years in college or whatever, because not like baseball or tennis or any of the other sports. Basketball, you have to have a little taste of maturity because you have to read the playbooks, and it's a fast-paced game. You may play 3 to 4 games a week, So, and you're going from 4 to 5 different cities, and I just would like to see that maturity. Not only that, but I would love to see the veterans stay a little longer with the game because they can teach the young guys to play. But see, you have in the NBA, you'll have like 4 and 5 guys who are sitting on the bench with suits on. I mean, street clothes. But they say, you know what? He's a great prospect. Jeez.
Yeah, I hear you.
Well, let him prospect someplace else, then come into the NBA. Yeah.
Spencer, all the best. God bless. Good to see you.
God bless you. Thank you.
Good to see you. Spencer Haywood, everybody, joining us, our Sonics coverage here as we celebrate that great franchise. 8-0 Tampa Bay is the score. The green and gold, good to see him, and we thank all the fellas for joining us here tonight. Gary Payton, Nate McMillan, Lenny Wilkins, George Karl, and Spencer Haywood. Hey, the Red Sox, they're coming to Seattle on Friday, August 12th through the 14th. That's a Sunday. Make sure you join us as Ichiro Felix and the Mariners meet David Ortiz, Adrian Gonzalez, and the Red Sox. You're going to enjoy a big summer weekend of baseball right here at Safeco Field. Get your tickets at Mariners.com or any Mariners team store, and do yourself a favor, get them before the Red Sox. People, get them. Another pitcher for the Mariners. It's Chris Ray after Jamie Wright turned in 3 strong innings of work. His first hitter is B.J. Upton.
Numbers for Chris: 4.99 ERA, 20 strikeouts, 11 walks. Opponent's average 272. Well done by Jamie Wright tonight. Pitched well. Ate up some innings for Eric Wedge.
Really nice work. 3 innings, 1 hit ball, struck out 2. So Jamie Wright turned in tonight. Strike 3 called. Upton's gone. 1 out. 7th inning. Take a look at the Mariners calendar, brought to you by Sleep Country USA. The Mariners through the end of August play 1 team with a sub 500 record. That's Oakland, and they've been improving of late. They come in after Tampa Bay before the Mariners go to Anaheim and then to Texas. Casey Kotchman, RBI double. Single and a walk scored. That all happened in the second inning when 12 men came to the plate for Tampa Bay. Lively fastball. Ray. He is the fourth Mariner pitcher tonight. Eric Bedard in his first start since June 27th didn't have it. Aaron Laffey not sharp. Jamie Wright was. One of the reasons why the score is held here is that one's fouled off.
Yeah, maybe because it didn't go well for Eric tonight. They will stay with a 6-man rotation. Looks like a possibility until he at least can get back to where he's pitching well again.
Yeah, Eric Wade said that likes the possibility of that, and the 46 hopper gets through for Casey Kotchman, his third hit tonight.
When things are going well and you're hot, you get hits like that. He's had a couple of seeing eye singles tonight. He also hit a double down into the right field corner.
Kelly Shopping fouls one off. Mariners have one hit. It was in the first inning with 2 outs. Dustin Ackley. Nothing since. Base runners. Via the walk. 3 of them. And a hit batter. Meanwhile, Neiman struck out 10. One pitch. Slow runners out there. Maybe we can get another double play. Kotchman, he hit into a double play in the 4th. Shopping, he struck out twice. Sandwiched in the middle, an RBI single to right. Line drive left field to Carp. Two outs.
I think I would say that Mike has done a pretty good job in left field since he was recalled. Basically a first baseman in his career and had to move over to left field. Mariners getting Justin Smoke.
Last year sounded like they had merry-go-round of outfielders. A lot of guys had to play out of position last year at Tacoma as that ball club won the Pacific Coast League Championship. And since we saw Mike last year, he's lost a lot of weight. Moves around a little bit better. Continuing his learning experience in left field. One.
A couple of good sliders from Chris.
Joyce, a walk and a run scored, strikeout, and a pop up. Talking about the Boston Red Sox coming to town. They lose 3-1 at Chicago. White Sox on the move. Dustin Pedroia's 25-game hit streak ended tonight with an 0-for-4. Adam Kennedy will feed to Ray. Easy play. So the Rays get one hit. Man left on in the 7th. Mariners came from 7-0 down to beat Toronto earlier in the year. Maybe they can still pull things out.
Today's Tracer Technology is brought to you by the Emerald Queen Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest.
Well, I really enjoyed seeing all the Sonic fans. They're out with the Mariner Moose out near the right field foul pole in the upper deck. A lot of these kids weren't even born when the Sonics won that championship back in 78, 79, but there's some of them were around in the mid-90s when that was a very good ball club. It means a lot to the fans here in Seattle to see those guys make a comeback. What a crew. What a collection of Sonic greats. Shifts on for Justin Smoke. Mariners have had just 5 base runners tonight. A single by Ackley in the first. 3 walks and a hit batter. Meanwhile, Jeff Neiman, can you believe this guy? 10 Ks, that matches his season best. Struck out 10 against Boston on, let's see, 12 days ago.
He's up to 105 pitches now, and he's done it with a fastball and a slow curveball.
Smoke tonight. Struck out twice. J.P. Howell warming up. Got his Quaker Oats beard working.
I think the thing that's been tough with Neiman is, again, him elevating his fastball tonight. He's not an overpowering pitcher. He's been 91, 90 miles an hour. And that pitch, just a big curveball. 75 miles an hour. So 15 miles an hour off his fastball.
That's 11 strikeouts, 3 in a row for Neiman. Hey, how about some football in July? Make sure you join us tomorrow. High school all-stars take the field for the regional bragging rights and to support a great cause. 59th annual Oregon East-West Shrine game kickoff 1 p.m. right here on Root Sports. Adam Kennedy, the hitter. Sonic fans up upper deck saying, we want base hit. We want a base hit. One. Al Kennedy just joining us. Jack Cust designated for assignment. Ryan Langerhans traded to Arizona for cash considerations. Bedard activated. Limo Pena was signed as we were arriving Wednesday night. He was signed to Tacoma. Matter of fact, he goes to Tacoma today with Langerhans being traded.
Right.
Mariners' second base hit of the night comes on a 2-2 pitch. Adam Kennedy. So they got the base hit they wanted. You got some fraternity guys out there and having some fun.
Running fastball away from Adam, hits it hard back up the middle. Keeps his head down. Solid line drive.
Gutierrez is struck out looking and swinging.
Franklin looked like he was starting to come alive on the road trip. Swinging the bat better, so maybe he can check in with a base hit, keep that going.
Bouncing ball, Rodriguez. They get the first out on the course to Zobrist. Make that the second out, beg your pardon. 2 down. No way they were going to turn 2. 2 outs. Rashawn Figgins, walk, fly to center. 2 of the series tomorrow. Fox will have it for you. Michael Pineda and Alex Cobb. Sunday, we're back. Jason Vargas and Jeremy Hellickson.
For Neiman, he has now tied his season high for pitches, 118 pitches in the game. 76 strikes, 42 balls. Other than the 4th inning, been cruising right along.
Sonic celebration night. Fans up in the upper right field stands are going, bring them back, bring them back. There's a base hit. A slicing drive left center field. Gutierrez will hold at second. 2 on, 2 out here. 3rd hit for the Mariners. 2nd here in the inning.
And a solid base hit for Figgins. Gets a fastball and hits it into the gap. Middle of the plate.
So Neiman, he will leave having thrown a season best 11 strikeouts, and those guys providing some energy. An 8-0 lead for Neiman as Joe Madden comes to get him. And this copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Seattle Mariners. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners. Sonic celebration night here at the ballpark, and here's Jeff Neiman's line. He was pretty good tonight.
He was really good tonight. 118 pitches for him, 77 strikes, 11 strikeouts to 3 walks. Only gave up the 3 hits. No runs, although he is responsible for the 2 runners out there right now, Gutierrez and Figgins.
Two on, 2 out, left-hander J.P. Howell against Ichiro. Nissan shift to the bullpen. Brings us to Mr. Howell.
He has struggled this year. ERA over 9, 17 2/3 innings, 16 strikeouts, but 13 walks. Opponent's average 282.
Ichiro 3 for 8 against him. One to Ichiro, couple of men on. And there for a strike. J.P. Howell 1 and 2 to Ichiro. Coming over is Jennings, the left fielder, had him played perfectly. That'll do it for the Mariners in the 7th. They get a couple of men on and leave them there, and the shutout continues. It's 8-0 Tampa Bay. First of 3 here over the weekend. The Mariners back in town. They take on the Athletics once the Rays leave. Sean Rodriguez leads off here in the 8th. Boy, it was a thrill to talk to Gary Payton, Nate McMillan, Lenny Wilkins, George Karl, and Spencer Haywood tonight, part of Sonic Celebration Night. What a story Spencer Haywood told. I don't know if you heard it in the back where he said 68 Olympics, talking about the boycott. Where are they going to join? Jesse Owens comes in and says, what do you think it was like for me getting ready to run for Hitler? And he said, oh, I guess we're not going to boycott. It's going to work.
I was impressed how good everybody looked. They all look great.
Yeah. I had to keep up with my TMZ, though. I didn't realize that Spencer Haywood had been divorced from Iman, but swing. Base hit, left field, Rodriguez, his 2nd hit tonight. Top of the order, and Desmond Jennings. It's his 5th plate appearance. Mariners not holding Rodriguez on at first. 8 runs, 10 hits. No errors for Tampa Bay. No runs, 3 hits. No errors for the Mariners.
That'll be a
Slow
tough
roller.
play.
Sure will be. Figgy dig. Got him. Well done. Jennings a fast runner. Figgins a fine play and a nice dig by Adam Kennedy at first.
The key to it is get a good bounce and then barehand it cleanly. See if Figgins gets it cleanly, is able to adjust it in his hands, and as he plants his right foot, throw it back up the line. You don't want to throw it right to first base because it'll tail back into the runner. See that ball tailing back. Adam Kennedy able to pick it up. Good play by Figgins. Made a couple of nice plays over third tonight.
He has. Hot smash. Jennings leading off the ball game on a 2-0 pitch. Backhand and threw him out. 2-run single by Johnny Damon in that second inning. Rays sent 12 men to the plate. Two 0. They get 3-0. On deck, 7 Longoria. Damon, a 4-pitch walk.
Mariners pitching tonight. They've actually done a pretty good job on the first 3 hitters. Jennings, highly touted rookie, Damon, and Longoria. And then after that, you have Zobrist. Yeah, everything else goes south from there. All back in the second inning.
Olivo going out to speak with Mr. Ray. It went south after that already, for sure. Zobrist, Kochman with an RBI double, Shopik, RBI single.
Well, you end up in that inning. You have 4 walks.
And 1, 2, 3, 4 and scored.
8 runs on 5 hits, including a home run from Zobrist.
So the second inning, that's the story of this ball game. Eric Bedard not sharp, and then inning and a third, 3 hits, 5 runs, all earned. One and 2 to Longoria. Josh Lukey throwing for the Mariners. Just staying alive, and boy, another one off of Olivo. He can't catch a break. Unreal. And Brandon Gomes throwing for Tampa Bay. In a short period of time, can you remember seeing a guy wearing it as much as Olivo has in the last 2 weeks?
No. He has taken a beating back there. That last one, I think I hit him in the forearm. If he has something exposed, he needs a bigger chest protector, because if it's exposed, he's going to get hit.
No chance. And the way things have been going for him, he could use the old American League umpire balloon back there. Man, 2-2. We had the pleasure of interviewing Gary Payton, Nate McMillan, Lenny Wilkens, George Carlin, Spencer Haywood. Lenny Wilkens, well, hey, bound and determined to do his best to help in an effort to get the NBA back here. That'd be great. You hear all the fans cheering Supersonics down here. That's a bad deal if there's no NBA in Seattle.
8th pitch coming up in this at bat.
Two. Inside and missed. Ray came on in the 7th. Gave up a single to Kochman. Got out of trouble. Gave up a single in the 8th. A walk to Damon. 2 men on. Struck him out. Big strikeout getting Longoria. Second K for Chris Ray. If you're between the ages of 6 and 14, you've dreamed of being a member of the Mariners. Well, you got a chance now. The annual Boeing Salute the Kids Day. Coming up Sunday, August 28th, Mariners host the White Sox in youngsters 6-14. You can sign up right now for honorary ballpark jobs, including honorary manager, PA announcer, DJ, and more. For details, visit Mariners.com/promotions. Those White Sox playing some good ball. They win 3-1 tonight. Bouncing ball, Kennedy flips to Ray, and that'll do it. So the Rays leave a couple on here in the 8th. Home 8th coming up. Work to do for the Mariners. Ryan Ackley and Olivo. Field, great crowd on hand. 8-0 Rays. And if you're tired of paying those high gas prices, well, relax and ride Sound Transit. Visit soundtransit.org for details. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers playing hurt. Showing me something, Coach. Been there, done that. Remember the one I had 2 years ago in Oakland?
Yes.
Oh, you don't want to be dealing with that.
No, it's brutal. Well, yeah, Brandon Gomes in the game. His ERA at a 3.44, 18 in the third innings for Brandon. 14 strikeouts and 10 walks. He's given up 1 home run this year.
Ryan Ackley and Olivo. Maybe a late game spark. Why not? Ryan 0 for 2, couple of ground outs to shortstop, and he was hit by a pitch. Popped it up. 1 out. Longoria puts it away. Exactly, got the Mariners' first hit, and that stood until the 7th when the Mariners added 2 more hits by Kennedy and Figgins. Hits banged out by Tampa Bay. 3 for the Mariners. Back with another strike, 0-2.
Yes. Anyway, Jimmy Fallon and that's edition. What did they do with their homework?
Ground ball down first, gobbled up by Katzman. Mike, we were talking about coming up that road trip. Toronto, Boston, and New York. Well, these guys do it all the time. They play in the American League East. They're 19-18 against American League East. They're 5-3 against Toronto, 4-5 against the Yankees, 4-4 against Boston, and 6-6 against Baltimore.
Well, they held their own.
Game over 500. They have problems with the West. 7-12 record, 16-14 against the Central. A couple of times we mentioned the White Sox. The White Sox, they win tonight. Olivo fouls one into the glove. The White Sox, they started today a game under 500, 3 back. So they win, they go to 52-52. And Detroit beat the Angels. They went big 12-2. And Cleveland, what Cleveland did? Cleveland, I don't see it up there, but we'll get it. As Kochman feeds to the pitcher. And that'll do it as Gomes covers. So the Mariners gone very quietly in the 8th. Boy, it's been that kind of night. A 3-hit shutout thrown by the Tampa Bay Rays staff. Josh Lukey will take over. Here at Safeco Field, the Mariners back after a long road trip. Hey, when you're traveling outside the Northwest this season, take the Mariners with you wherever you go. Subscribe to MLB.tv. Do it today to see every Mariners game live or on demand on your computer or your favorite devices. Go to Mariners.com to order and get more details. MLB.tv, baseball everywhere. Tough night here for the Mariners. And the new pitcher's Josh Lukey.
Josh get an inning of work. 8 1/3 for him. 9 strikeouts, 6 walks. He's given up 1 home run so far this year. And the one thing we've seen for him, increased velocity since he's been recalled. Been able to throw his split a little bit more because he's been able to command his fastball. It's a good sign.
B.J. Upton's his first hitter. Upton, Kochman, and Shopik. 5, 6, and 7 here in the 9th. All the explosives. They went off in the 2nd inning. 12 men to the plate for Tampa Bay. 8 runs on 4 hits. Combination of Bedard and I checked that was Bedard with 4 walks, and they all scored in that inning. Zeros the rest of the way. Foul ball. Mariner bats, which had heated up a little bit over the last 9 games, hitting .274. Tonight, just 3 hits.
Then Josh, he made the club out of spring training this year. His velocity was down. Didn't get an opportunity to pitch a lot. Struggled his last few outings. They sent him out. And I think it helped him because since he's been back, we've seen him 95, 96 at times. Been 94 tonight. A little more like it.
That's what he was hanging his hat on. I talking to him late spring training and kept talking about my velo is not what it should be, and he didn't have an answer for it. I don't know if it was technique or something, or just building into the season. Tell you what, the Supersonics who are here, it's going to feel good to hear pretty much a constant cheer as Upton strikes out. Supersonics cheer going up here, 26,507.
Going on all night.
Good stuff. Here's Kotzman.
Good split from Josh. Casey going up there thinking he's going to get a first pitch fastball, and he drops a split on him.
Kotzman's had a fine night, 3 hits, an RBI, 2 runs scored. Number 5 hitter in the American League entering tonight. It's hop there for Ryan. 2 outs. 2 outs in the top of the 9th, and unbeaten in their last 9 MLS matches. Freddie Montero and the Seattle Sounders, they return to action tomorrow on Root Sports against the Houston Dynamo. Fans outside the Seattle area can catch the match live 5:30 p.m. with a replay. Let's try that again, a replay. It's available to all viewers at 10 o'clock. Kelly Shopik pops one up. Mariners home 9th. Carp, Smoke, and Kennedy.
Shopik 1 for 4 in the game. Hit a single. A base hit came back in the 2nd inning. A couple of strikeouts.
He did go. He committed. Strike. Ball and 2 strikes. Foul back.
Good fastball inside at 95 miles an hour. See if he comes back to a split right or try to get a strikeout.
1-2 to Shopik. Count evens 2-2. Here comes the 2-2. And he committed. Olivo will throw down to Kennedy. And that'll do it for Shopik. A strikeout. 2-3. And the Sonic fans, a lot of them, good reason to cheer, honoring the Sonics who are here. A lot of these guys were babes when the Sonics were a dominant team in the mid-90s, but we're glad to have them. 8-0 Rays. Score here at Safeco Field tonight. Rays in town, first of 3. As the Mariners are back for the next 6 games, they'll be followed by the Oakland Athletics. Bringing back our Sonics starts with rally fries. I wish it were that simple. Make sure you tune in tomorrow night as Jack Dewsbury and the Portland Timbers, they're going to play host to Toronto FC, Major League Soccer competition. Live coverage from the Rose City's Jeld-Wen Field. That's going to get underway at 8 p.m. only here at Root Sports. Here's a shocking score. Royals, they beat the Indians by a final of 12-0. The Royals, last place in the Central Division, I mean, they just cleaned the clock of Cleveland, which started a game and a half back in Detroit.
You have nights like that.
Yes, you done. And Detroit did the same thing to the Angels. That was in Detroit, 12-2 victory. And the Mariners down to their last 3 outs. Short end of an 8-0 tally here. Carp, Smoke, and Kennedy coming up. One from Brandon Gomes, 3rd pitcher tonight by Tampa Bay.
Looks like Oakland is down to their last 3 outs too, losing at home to Minnesota 9-5 in the ninth.
Popped up and playable. Left field. Jennings coming in. 1 out. Well, a couple of teams on the come, and we'll see them. Chicago, as you mentioned, we'll see them at the end of, they come here at the end of August. They're at 500 now with a victory tonight. The White Sox 52-52. They pick up a game on Cleveland. They don't game on Detroit. And Minnesota started the day 6 back, 7 games under 500. Well, heck, at one point they were, what, 15, 17?
Yeah, way back.
15, 17 games under 500, and they've come back. I was reading today about the Nationals. We're interested in Denard Span. He had a concussion recently. I'm surprised to see them move him, but Ben Revere's done a nice job. Here's Smoke. Difficult evening. This one popped up. Smoke had struck out his first 3 times. Easy fly ball, very short center field, 2 down. Six in a row retired by the Rays relievers.
Mariners just need to hope that Michael Pineda comes out firing tomorrow. Rays are going with Alex Cobb. He's 3-0 with a 2.57 ERA. So he's been pitching well. There's Michael.
Give him credit. They got hammered in the first inning at Boston and then settled down for the next 3-4. That was a good learning experience for the young man. One and one. Two and one. Well, the Birds got here early. They were waiting for us to leave. All over the yard here. At least they are in right field. 2-1. 2-2.
Speaking of the Tigers, you see the exchange between Penny and Martinez?
No, I didn't.
Oh, you didn't? Huh.
Good one?
Yeah. It's right out at the mound. Start screaming at each other. Fans were booing.
Check it out. 2-2. Victor Martinez and Brad Penny.
Yeah.
Wow. The kid is on deck just in case.
Neither one of them looked like they were happy about it at all either.
Payoff pitch. Well, they're gonna get their last hoot in for the Sonics.
Yeah, good for them. That's great.
3-2. That's a fair ball. Catchman feeds Gomes, and that is the ball game. Nothing pretty about this one. Mariners had swung the bat well in spite of all the losses on the road trip. They hit 274. Well, tonight, no runs on 3 hits. They were dominated by Jeff Neiman. 8-0 Tampa Bay.
All 8 runs coming in the second inning. Eric Bedard making his first start. Been off for a month, coming off the DL. Was not sharp. Ended up walking 4 batters. Gave up a few hits. Just 3 hits for him, but it was a rough go for Eric his first time out.
To the Mariners, they dropped to 44-61. The Rays improved to 55-50 to go 10-14. Here in the month of July, the Mariners dropped to 5-19 in July. That's the story from the booth. Let's send you out to Brad and Bill.
Well, gentlemen, thank you very much. The story doesn't get a whole lot better out here, but we do have some Sonics fans out here, so I think we'll be able to talk about some legends in the house tonight. Nice to see a lot of those guys coming back, be on the field, be together, like GP and Sean Kemp. Kind of fun to think back what it was here in Seattle.
Yeah, it doesn't seem that long ago, but it has been a while, and there's such a great legacy of basketball here with the Seattle Supersonics, and it needs to be recognized and cherished and celebrated.
We'll talk more about that 79 team. We'll break down Eric Bedard's first turn in a month. We'll have some Seahawks news as well, all coming up on Mariners Postgame on Root Sports.